Okay, we continue. And what are your duties at the job?
Well, I'm self-employed mostly, so therefore I decide what I do and when.
It's great.
It's a great freedom having had 34 years in school following the timetable. I am employed by different people. For example, my former school still employs me to look after the school archives, and I have some contracts with different organisations such as other local schools and the British Council. And so I suppose I have two main jobs. One in my old school is that I am responsible for the school archives, or since 1974 when 4 schools came together. But my job, or the job which I love, is the international partnership work. And so, for example, today I have given 2 presentations at a big conference in Kiev, encouraging colleagues to create links with other schools and advising them on how best to do it.
And I have heard that these presentations were just brilliant.
Thank you.
Uh
I
huh.
enjoy doing it.
Oh.
And I would say to your students
Uh huh.
that last week I did a similar presentation in Poland
Uh-huh.
at a 10-country conference, and 2 weeks ago in Montpellier in France.
Oh, so
So-
your job lets you travel a lot.
It does, but the winter is now arriving and this is not a good time to travel, so my next journey will in fact be in March, I think, to Slovenia.
Good. So, how long does your working day last if you are your owner and headmaster?
That's a very good question.
Uh-huh.
It can take a very great deal of time, or it can be 0 time,
Yes.
because I can choose not to work. I can choose to go into the garden, for example. But when I am planning a conference, a presentation like I have done today took perhaps 6 hours to get ready. And then I have other emails. So probably I work 10 or 12 hours a day, but most of it is communication. And I'm able to choose when I have lunch, when I have breakfast, when I get dressed.
Oh, yes.
So I can sometimes be working at 12 o'clock in the morning and I will still be in my dressing gown.
Oh, yeah.
So the days vary.
You couldn't let yourself do it when you were a teacher.
No, I have a freedom that I couldn't have.
Okay, so a bit of personal question, but still, can you combine your work and personal life?
Yes, because I have a freedom which I didn't have in my work. So yes, I can, but I think it's important to do some of the things which I enjoy doing as well. So, for example, my wife and I enjoy going to the theatre, and I am the chairman of a group which is creating a small forest.
Wow.
Very small compared to the Ukraine, but in a country area where we have very few trees, we have planted 25,000 trees and created a 1-hectare lake.
So you just don't live on the earth, but you live for the earth.
That's beautifully expressed, yes.
Oh yes, thank you. What do you wait of your career in 10 years, because you are still full of energy?
I have 3 criteria for continuing my career.
Yes.
Number 1, that my health and that
Yes.
my wife's health are still good. Number 2, that people like the Ukrainian agency or people in France still think that I can make a good contribution.
I believe
and
you
invite
will.
me. And the third one, and it's very, very important, is that
I'm so sorry. We are waiting for you.
okay, well,
No, okay,
no,
thanks.
I must
Okay.
We are taking an
Sorry.
interview.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Okay,
2
sir.
minutes. So I'll just repeat that. So first of all, my health and my wife's health must remain good.
Yes.
Secondly, people like the Ukrainian National Agency, the French Bar, people I work with in China, must think still that I can give some benefit. And thirdly, and this is the most important, I must still enjoy it.
Yes, of
As I am
course.
speaking now, I am 68,
Oh,
and I could be continuing for 10 more years, or I might stop next year. I have no idea. So I have no fixed idea of the future, because I do have a state pension, a
yes.
teacher's pension, so I have enough money. So this is for pleasure,
Yes, of
and
course.
as long as I enjoy it,
The life should be pleasure.
I will keep going.
All
And
right.
it's very good when you have an audience like today, twice,
Uh-huh.
and to start with they look at you, and then after about 2 or 3 minutes they realise there is some humour, and they react positively.
And that is great. It's
That's
really
great.
interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's not the most important question for till now, because you have told lots of things to answer it. But still, what good things do you do for mankind?
I try to bring people together.
Uh-huh.
I try for people to understand what they are doing in life, and that there are more things that join people than separate people.
Yes.
So that's one thing, and then I have strong views about the climate and about international cooperation.
It's very important for Ukrainian people just
Yes,
now.
and I will say, as I said today, I am very unhappy about the decision of British voters to leave the EU, but I hope that after a period of turbulence, things will improve.
Yes, so let's hope for it. And the last is, what do you hate in your job? Is there anything?
Tomorrow morning, I will be getting out of bed at 2:15.
Oh no.
Go to the airport at 3 o'clock for a flight at 5:30.
Oh yes, long
Which
distances.
means, no, it's not long distance, it's just the flight, which means that tonight I will go to bed at about 8 o'clock.
Yes.
When I would prefer to sit in a bar with some colleagues and drink coffee or perhaps drink beer and talk about what we are doing.
Yes, and after all, we are very grateful for your job, first of all, and then for this interview and for your kind, wise, and sincere answers to our questions.
Thank you. I hope that I have been useful. I'm trying to look at the camera again. I hope I have been useful to the audience, and that I would say to all of you, to the young people and to the slightly older people who are your teachers, you have to keep trying. Do not give up. And if you say to yourself, I want to do this, with a bit of luck and a lot of hard work, you will.
And the twinning will help us to share your ideas among many people around Europe. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.